So here we are, up in the Howqua Valley in the Victorian High Country. We've only come up for one night. We just thought, let's get out, do something a little bit different. We hadn't had the camper out for a little while, and we're thinking of doing a longer trip soon. So about 3 hours from our place, and we got in here at about 1 o'clock, and we've basically sat around, set up camp, and now we are going for the
Gourmet.
slow cook gourmet
Camp dinner.
potluck chicken in a camp oven. We'll see how it goes. While we're up here, a couple of things we want to do. I wanted to do a little bit of filming and Foley recording, which is sound recording down by the river. I've got some ideas of some things to do with that and put on the site. And tomorrow we will visit the Chimney and the tunnel and Fry's hut.
All sounds good. It's a little bit cold, as you can see. It's towards the end of May, and I'm starting to feel that it's a little bit fresh. I've probably got about 4 to 5 layers on now. I'm not quite sure what that's going to look like in an hour or two. I'll probably look like the Michelin girl.
The issue is, right now it's probably about 6 or 7 degrees, and it'll probably get down to about -2 or -3 tonight. So if she's feeling cold now, it's only going to get worse. And Chili, the Wonder Dog, is with us somewhere.
Hi, we're having a bit of a camping adventure tonight, and we're going to have a go at cooking a camp oven chicken. Peter's done this before. I'm new to this adventure, but apparently all we have to do is rub the chicken with a bit of chicken rub, and then we're going to put some veggies underneath. We're going to sear it in the camp oven, and then pop it on these veggies to stop it burning. And in 2 hours, we're going to have this awesome chicken dinner. Fingers crossed, eh? Okay, here we go. We've got the chicken ready, camp oven's all hot, and we're going to pop the chicken in, give it a bit of a sear, and then we'll stick the veggies in as the trivet underneath. All right, now we've got the chicken all nicely seared. We're going to pop him out, and then we're going to pop our little trivet veggies underneath. So far, so good. This is where it could all go pear-shaped if the chicken goes sliding into the fire. All right, veggies all chopped up. Got some onion and some lemon. Doesn't he look happy sitting in there? This actually might work, because the backup's baked beans, and I think this would be a lot tastier. Tips for new players. All right, how easy was that? Not really.
Next stage, we've only got a little bit of coal underneath. We don't want it to too much heat underneath. We actually want it to cook from the top down. So we probably didn't start our fire quite early enough, but we've got the beginning of some hot coals here. So we are going to actually cover the lid with what hot coals we've got. The biggest problem with this is that's probably plenty. The hardest thing now is to make sure we don't lose our fire. So that looks pretty good. There's enough heat there. We'll have to check it a little bit later and see if in an hour and a half, 2 hours, we've got a chicken. I've done this before with legs of lamb, which are pretty easy because you can cook them all afternoon. I haven't done a chicken. Let's see how we go. We've been going for around about 30 minutes. We're going to open it up, see how it's going, and put our veggies in. So
we've got some carrots, we've got some Kipler potatoes, and I found these cool little purple potatoes. I thought, oh well, let's give those a crack as well.
Oh, that's sizzling chicken. I think we need more coals on the top though, because if I can hold this like that it is not hot enough. Ooh, sizzle, sizzle. Looks fantastic.
Right, we're about an hour and 20 minutes in with our dinner, and so far so good. Looks like the baked beans get to stay in the can and dinner might be on the table in about another 20 minutes. Right, here we go, the moment of truth. Hopefully I'm not about to drop all the coals onto our dinner, because that'll be a tragedy. Okay, well, this is looking pretty good. Look at that, crispy looking chicken, cooked veggies.
Why is the wind blowing this way though? Blowing all What are your thoughts?
I think we've got to be pretty happy with that. Next up, we're going to give s'mores a go, but first we're going to give this chicken a bit of a run. All right, well, what's camping without a bit of dessert? So tonight we're going to have a go at making s'mores. It's a bit of an American thing. We haven't tried it before. Apparently the Girl Guides were right into it. S'mores coming from the fact you want to eat some more of them. So I've gone with the giant marshmallow because more has got to be more. Granita biscuits. Apparently that's a good substitute for what the Americans use. And apparently a thin piece of chocolate. The trusty Furry Friends is going with us tonight. So what I'm going to do is melt the marshmallow over the fire, and then I'm going to sandwich it between my two Granita bickies along with a chunk of Furry Friend. I'm thinking half a Furry Friend might be enough given how big my marshmallow is. All right, let's give it a ping. I'm going to give this a bit of a good roast. Apparently I'm all good when I've nearly caught it on fire, so we'll see how we go. Woo. Maybe a bit too much. Well, I think my marshmallow is nearly smushy enough. It's starting to fall off my stick. All right, here we go. Onto there.
Could you have gotten a bigger one?
Squashing it down out on the stick. All right, look at that. I think we've got it. Just a bit worried that I might burn my mouth if I go for a big mouthful now. All right, here we go. All right. It's not bad. It's very gooey. I think I needed a smaller marshmallow. Seriously sickly stuff. Never talk with your mouth full, my mother would be upset. If you're a bit low on blood sugar, I think this might solve the problem for you.
Having watched you just put that one away, I think I'm just going to have a whiskey.
All right, well, it was a bit of fun. Maybe next time I might recommend smaller marshmallows. That's a very big marshmallow. Look how gooey it is. It's dropping everywhere. Oh dear. All right, well, try it at your peril. Fry's hut is one of around 20 cattlemen's huts in the Victorian High Country. It was built by Fred Fry in the 1930s using the drop slab construction method. Fry was a master bushman and was responsible for the construction of a number of other huts in the area. A solitary man, Fry spent his days prospecting, fishing and packing supplies for government agencies. Fry's life was the inspiration behind Neville Shute's book, The Far Country. We camped on Sheepyard Flat last night. This is another one of the flats along the river. There's plenty of campsites at this time of year. There's pit toilets available if you are not self-sufficient, and it's a lovely place to camp. You can light a fire and really enjoy the day.
Okay, here we are, still up in the Howqua Valley. We've got up fairly early this morning. It was minus 2.9 degrees when I jumped out of bed, and Susan got out an hour or so later when it had warmed up to probably minus 1 degree. We had a fire going, a lovely cup of coffee. It's been a lovely morning to wander around. We've come up to Fry's flat and had a little bit of look around Fry's hut. We've taken some footage in there. And now we've come to the chimney, and the chimney was built back in the gold rush days, and they used it to smelt gold. And early days, when I first came up here about 40 years or so ago, there were a lot of bricks scattered around, and some of the bricks you could actually see the fingerprints of the people who made the bricks. Many years ago, when mine and my mates' boys were all young, they came up to this spot and they crawled through that little hole that you can see over there and crawled all the way through the tunnel out the back of the chimney. I might even have some old footage of that I might be able to cut in if we're lucky. Okay, here we are at the tunnel on Tunnel Bend. This tunnel was hand dug back in the gold rush days, don't know exactly when, and you can see it goes down there, takes a little bit of a turn to the left, and my estimate is you can walk through that tunnel for around about 150 metres, 200 metres, and it cuts off an entire bend of the river. And this was part of an aqueduct that actually went all the way back to the chimney, and it ran water all the way back to the chimney where we've also been this morning, but it also exposed all of the riverbed up that way so that the gold fossickers, gold diggers, miners could extract as much gold out of this river as they could. If you get a chance, bring a torch, don't worry about getting your feet wet. You can walk all the way through this tunnel and come out. And when you come out the other end and you get back up to the road and you see where your car is, you go, oh, holy heck, how did I get here? It's quite amazing when you go through the tunnel. Howqua Valley, it is a beautiful spot for a weekend. It's been great for us. There's been virtually nobody up here, a couple of people on Fry's. We had a whole flat to ourselves, a few people around but pretty quiet. Crisp night but beautiful days. The fish are a little bit sleepy at the moment, so that's a little bit harder. But certainly if you're looking for an easy camping trip, whether it be an overnighter or a couple of days, I can highly recommend the Howqua Valley. I've been coming up here for over 40 years and it is one of the best places you can go, close to the river, and certainly a place to get away from it all. Even if you don't want to do the camping trip, you can go and stay somewhere nice in Mansfield, and it's only about a 40 or 50 minute drive up the track. The track is really good. You can get up here in a two-wheel drive car quite easily. Sometimes it's a bit harder to get into Fry's, but certainly the main road along the river is one that anybody can get in. So if you get a chance, put this on your list of things to do. Make sure you make this retired life better than a vacation.